beat the Braves in the ATL. Yamamoto continues to strengthen his early case to win the National League Cy Young. Cat-like reflexes on a Gold Glove level play. Strikeouts, shutting down this Braves lineup. Mookie Betts is heating up. We got an update on Tommy Edman and Michael Kopech. All that more coming up next on the Dodgers Nation postgame show.
It's time for Dodger Baseball.
Tommy takes strikes again, and the Dodgers lead 3-0. Gibby, meet Freddie. Tommy sends one in the air, the other way, back it goes, gone! One-of-a-kind player, one-of-a-kind season.
What is up, and welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, and also join our Discord. The Discord has been popping all throughout the game. Thousands of members in that Discord channel. But let's get into it. The Dodgers, they get the dub. They win in Atlanta by a final score of 2-1. They improved to 22-10. The Padres are up on the Pirates, and it's the top of the ninth. They're up 9-4, so there'll be a game and a half up in the National League West if the Padres hold on and get that win. But tonight, it was all about Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Yamamoto was excellent once again. He's been incredible all season long. He was elite again, and I think for me, this is who he is. He said after the game that he's close to kind of feeling as dominant as he was when he was at his very best in Japan. And this is a guy that came into this start that as a pitcher who just won the National League Player of the Month as a pitcher, the National League Pitcher of the Month, and he came into this start with a ERA at 106. How do you lower an ERA at 106? Well, he found a way to do that. His ERA after today is down to .90, a .9 ERA. He was fantastic once again. He took a no-hitter into the sixth, didn't give up a hit until a two-out double to Austin Riley, and he was no-hitting the Braves up until then. He was phenomenal. He goes 6 innings, allowed no runs on just one hit. That Austin Riley double there in the sixth inning, had 6 strikeouts through 91 pitches, 60 for strikes. And I think today what really stood out to me with Yoshinobu Yamamoto is if you just look at the way he went out there and dominated, it was with a variety of different pitches. It wasn't just, okay, use the fastball to set up the splitter. It was, I can get you with fastball up in the zone. I can also get you with a curveball middle of the zone against the lefty or righty. You saw him use that splitter, nasty pitch. He's got Verdugo swinging on a splitter away. You saw him get Olsen swinging with a fastball up in the zone. So he has every pitch in the book, and he uses them. I mean, tonight he threw 29 splitters, 27 fastballs, 17 curveballs, 11 cutters, 5 sinkers, and 2 sliders. That's how good he was tonight, where he can go every which way. Whatever's working for him that night, he can have success with it, and he can mix things up against different pitchers. So that was so impressive about Yoshinobu Yamamoto tonight, was just that ability to go and neutralize this offense of the Braves. And look, I've said it before, I think this team is going to have a team no-hitter at some point, and it looked like tonight was going to be the night. And he was asked after the game if he was thinking about a no-hitter, and he said no, just because, I mean, it's tough to get the pitch count up. He wasn't thinking about it. He exited the game with over 90 pitches in the 6th inning. So the likelihood of him going deep enough to actually throw that no-hitter are unlikely, but still just the fact that he has no-hit stuff. And at some point, he's going to get one in his career. But aside from all the great pitches, and he did have a couple walks. There was a couple walks tonight for him that he would definitely want back. He definitely wants some of those walks back in his last start. He had a career-high 4 walks. So, yeah, he did have some walks in this one. He walked Ozuna there in the 4th inning. It was missed with that sinker down the zone, missed with the splitter a couple times. So you did see some walks, and I'm sure if you're Yamamoto, that's the part of your game that you want to clean up in the last couple of starts. He's had 4 walks in the last start, and tonight he had a couple walks. He walked Ozuna on 11 pitch at bat there in the 1st inning, but he was just outstanding. I mean, he was just dominating this lineup, and the most impressive play wasn't the fastballs. It wasn't just the curveballs, the splitters, the cutter that he threw tonight. I thought was a really impressive pitch that really stood out because we haven't seen too much cutter from him. That's a pitch that we kind of thought would be something that we'd see a little more of, especially against left-hand hitters. But we did see a cutter. I mean, we also saw him get Albies with a nasty curve, got him to chase that there in the 2nd inning. We saw him with the splitter in the zone, out of the zone, just absolutely filthy, nasty stuff. But yeah, like I said, the pitch that kind of really stood out to me was using that forcing fastball, getting Olsen striking up in the zone, forcing fastball down in the zone to strike out Murphy, and then later in the game, kind of using some of that cutter action to get big swings and misses. But yeah, he was outstanding. But the most impressive play of the night for Yoshinobu Yamamoto was not the strikeouts. It was the defense. It was the defense that he has. He's a Gold Glove caliber pitcher. I mean, his defense is incredible. In the 2nd inning, Murphy at the plate, and a line shot that went right into his glove. Look at this play by Yamamoto. This is the defensive play of the night.
John Murphy. A line drive right back to Yamamoto. That's how the last inning ended.
My man is Neo from the Matrix. Ducking that. Just incredible cat-like reflexes. This has happened before. We saw it last year. Him against the Nationals, there was a play similar to this where he takes one and it almost just hits his head off. So definitely, I saw my life flash before my eyes because our precious king, the aura god, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, is taking some close line drives that are getting close to his dome. You do not want to see that. I just want to throw this out there. I think that it's time for Yoshinobu Yamamoto to borrow Kike Hernandez's pitching helmet that was made for Bobby Miller, okay? Because we cannot afford to lose Yoshinobu Yamamoto on any type of line drive, anything like that. But no, seriously, let's look at it one more time. The cat-like reflexes of Yoshinobu Yamamoto, to have the presence of mind, to have those reflexes, to just be able to handle things like this, it's very, very impressive to see how he goes about just every single part of his game. And it's not just the strikeouts, it's not just the location, but he's a complete pitcher. 106.4 miles per hour off the bat. It had a 590 expected batting average, but Yamamoto went full Neo from the Matrix.
John Murphy. A line drive right back to Yamamoto. That's how the last inning ended.
Unbelievable stuff. Now, as far as the Dodgers offense, they weren't explosive. They've been double-digit runs last 5 games on average. They didn't see that tonight. They scored 2 runs. They scored 2 runs tonight, and it all happened while there was a pitcher's duel. I mean, Grant Holmes, the former Dodger, the former first-round pick, Grant Holmes, he got another chance to go against the team that drafted him, and he was on his game early on. I mean, he was fantastic. I mean, the first inning needed just 11 pitches to retire Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman, all swinging strikes. I mean, he looked dominant early on. Both starters were absolutely dealing. Holmes had 5 strikeouts in the first 3 innings. Yamamoto had 4, and the first base hit of the game didn't come until Mookie Betts hit a comebacker that actually hit Holmes on his butt with 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. In that same inning, the Dodgers got another infield hit from Freddie Freeman, a little grounder that went off the glove of Matt Olson. And then Teoscar Hernandez, he walked to load the bases with 1 out. And then Will Smith on the 0-2 hits a sac fly to right. That scored Mookie to put the Dodgers at 1-0. And then Max Muncy with runners on second and third. By the way, Max Muncy was wearing glasses tonight. I don't know if you saw that or heard that during the broadcast. Max Muncy went to Kike Hernandez's optometrist, and he got some glasses. So I saw Max Muncy wearing these glasses over the last week during batting practice, and he told the reporters, he said, hey, ask me about it in a week, and we'll see if it's worth talking about. And clearly he's given it a go, but did not help him in that at-bat. He ends up striking out on a slider down and in, and the Dodgers get just 1 run on 2 hits that inning. And then the other offense came in the 6th inning with 1 out. Mookie Betts at the plate, 0-2 pitch. He cranks one out for his 5th home run of the season. That puts the Dodgers up 2-0.
Betts with a fly ball, left center field. On the run, Verdugo. He's at the wall. This ball is gone.
So Mookie living his Betts life, his 5th home run of the season. Mookie really is starting to heat up. You got to give him some credit. He's hit over 300 last 6 games. You're seeing the OPS climb up to 900. Now Mookie Betts on the season is getting closer to the Mookie Betts that we've seen. I'm telling you, if he has a hot road trip, then we're going to start to have to include Mookie Betts as not just one of the best players, but one of the best shortstops. That's where we're at. I mean, after tonight, Mookie Betts, he gets the home run tonight, scored 2 runs, goes 2 for 4 with an RBI. Mookie's hitting 259 with a 120 weighted runs created plus. So he's 20% above league average. If Mookie Betts has a hot week, you could say he's one of the best shortstops in baseball because already has established himself as an above-average defensive shortstop. Now he's an above-average batter once again, and things are starting to look Mookie Betts-ish at the plate. The bat speed, the hard contact, the exit velocities, similar to what we've seen throughout his career. Then the 7th inning, Kirby Yates in the game. It's a 2-0 game with the Dodgers on top, and Olsen, he homers to center. That gives the Braves their first run of the night. It makes it a 2-1 game, and then you jump to the 9th inning. Evan Phillips in there after a 1 hour and 13-minute rain delay, and he strikes out Austin Riley swinging. Then he gets Ozuna with a nice sweeper. That at bat, if you look at that pitch, that was a cement mixer. And I guarantee you Marcell Ozuna, if he watches the highlights, he's going to want that pitch back. I thought it was going to be a tie game because that was a breaking ball right out over the plate. Next batter, he walked Olsen. And I think that was intentional, kind of an unintentional, intentional walk. You're a righty going against the lefty. You want to set up that righty-righty matchup. And then next batter, Murphy, he gets him to ground out to end the game, and the Dodgers get the win. So, yeah, my grades for tonight, I give Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He's my Dodgers dog of the game. Just absolutely incredible. What more can you say about Yoshinobu Yamamoto at this point this year? He's the Cy Young. He's the Cy Young in the National League. He is. He's been outstanding. He's been better than advertised so far this season. I think that he's grown as a pitcher. He gets an A. You want to clean up the walks a little bit, but the fact that he's a guy that can use 4, 5, 6 pitches to dominate hitters, he's an absolute master at his craft. Then another guy I want to give a shout out to is Tanner Scott. I think Tanner Scott did a really nice job tonight. He goes out there and he was really good in the 8th inning, struck out White, had a couple easy outs there. He's rounding into form. The Dodgers offense not looking fantastic tonight, but still when you have dominant pitching, you get the win. But down below, let me know your big takeaways from tonight. Let me know your big takeaways. And, yeah, we'll step into the box real quick, and then I'll get to you guys. So have those hot takes ready. Have those big takes ready. But let's step into the box really quick and just take a look at how the Dodgers fared in the box score. Shohei Ohtani goes 0 for 4. Mookie Betts goes 2 for 4. He was the offensive player of the game. He had the home run, had the first hit off Grant Holmes. Freddie Freeman goes 1 for 3 in his return to Atlanta. Teo goes 0 for 3. Smith goes 1 for 3 with the sac fly. Muncy 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Andy Paz's hitting streak ends tonight. 7 games. Poor Andy Paz. No, he's going to be fine. I still think they were good at bats. Strikes out once. And Conforto, that you were hoping to see more from him, he goes over 2 with 2 strikeouts. Chris Taylor came from him to play left field. Then Rojas goes 0 for 3 tonight. So all in all, the Dodgers, you get 4 hits. But hey, anytime you get 4 hits and beat the Braves in Atlanta, you have to feel pretty damn good about that. But all right, guys, let's open it up to the comments. We got Big Joe Smash, D-Mac throwing cheddar. We've got JG Fleet, $5. Appreciate you. Can we say Muncy is cheeks now? He's a vet, and he should have fixed any issue by now. Look, first of all, I appreciate the super chat. I definitely do. But it's still early, and he just came off a game where he hit a home run. Now, am I guaranteeing you that he's going to look like prime Max Muncy? No, I'm not. But you'll know what I do with this show, okay? Go to games, I talk to players, I talk to Dave Roberts, I try to ask as many questions as I can. I try to get as much information as I can to give you guys. And one thing I can tell you is there's certain guys on this team that have sweat equity, that have the trust of this organization, the trust of Dave Roberts, and there's guys that are going to get an extended run before they even entertain the conversation of making a drastic move, of making a move that would take said player off of a position or out of a role. Max Muncy is one of Dave Roberts' guys. He's one of the most prominent guys in that clubhouse. So no matter what you think about Max Muncy, no matter what I think about Max Muncy, he is going to get a long time to figure out if he can find a way to look like the player that he has been for most of his career at the plate. Having said that, if he doesn't figure it out and you're towards the All-Star break and you need more production from that position, yeah, we'll see. I mean, look, all I got to say about Michael Conforto and Max Muncy is I think Max Muncy's on a good track. I mean, he hit a really hard ball that looked like it was out, end up as a foul ball. I'm not overly concerned about Muncy yet. I think he's someone that let's see how the glasses look. Let's use this road trip to see if that home run against the Miami Marlins was a turning point. I said yesterday that hopefully this is the opening game for him, right? Hopefully this is opening day. So let's give him the next couple weeks to see if he's figured something out at the plate. But don't discount the good old Phantom IL. You could see some Phantom IL with Muncy. You could see some Phantom IL with Michael Conforto. No one's going to say that, but I'm just here to kind of keep 100 with you guys. But let's go. We got to agree with Pages jump. Could have caught the ball, Kenny. Yeah, I mean, his defense is kind of up and down, and we've seen that throughout his career, is that some of the plays that he just doesn't make are ones that stand out, but the kind of the advanced metrics really, really like him. And that's kind of just what you have to accept with him. And look, as long as he rakes like he has been, you'll live with his defense. But here's the thing I want to see with Max Muncy is I want to see Max Muncy and Andy Pages and some of these guys. I mean, I want to see them produce offensively. And then when you do that, you will have, hopefully, them turn things around all facets of their game. And I think that for Andy Pages, he needs to be a corner outfielder. I can tell you from talking to scouts that one thing that he's mentioned about things that he struggles with is the ball when it comes off the bat when he's in center field. It is a moment where it's tough to read. It's kind of like a knuckleball, and that's tough to kind of judge, and it takes a while to make reads from center field, and it's very different from the corner outfield spot. So, look, if he rakes like this, he's going to be the Dodgers corner outfielder next season. It's going to be Teo in right and Andy Pages in left. I don't think that they see him as a full-time center fielder just because even though he is pretty athletic, he's one of the faster guys on the team. I think that they realize that just you would be against having him in there in the postseason. And I look at everything through the prism of, hey, it's the postseason. You want to win, and that is the most important thing for this team, right? How do they fare in October? And I think with Andy Pages, you have to ask yourself this question. If he continues to be a good hitter and he's raking, well, all that's great, but would you trust him in center field in the postseason as a second-year guy that has made some great plays? I mean, look, it's Roki Sasaki on the mound. Tomorrow I'm sure he's going to rob Matt Olson of a home run like he's done, and Roki Sasaki is going to get him some sake. But I'm not so sure about trusting that in the postseason. So all this is kind of linked to how Michael Conforto plays too, because if Conforto doesn't hit, I think you'll see Andy Pages go to left. They'll consider Outman. They'll consider Edman. They'll consider Kim. They'll consider some of these other guys as center field options for that position. But here we go. You guys got astigmatism causes someone to see double. That's from Claudia 11. We've got some kind of wonderful a 199 super chat. Don't get too conforto. You will ride the pine. Wow. You're bringing the fire takes right there. You know I love some wordplay. Give you a little finish him. Give you a little fire take too. Going crazy with it. I like it. Prone to thrill. No way he catches that ball. Come on. Yeah, that was a tough play. It definitely was a tough play for sure. And you can't really pin that on the guy. I mean, sometimes guys just getting to balls and just making opportunities to catch them will kind of make it seem like a bad play was made. But in his case, yeah, I mean, you would like to see him continue his hitting streak tonight, but he's in a really, really good spot. He really is. And, yeah, I mean, of course, what you're talking about is the home run. And it was in the seventh inning, Andy Pages is in center. You got Matt Olson at the plate, Kirby Yates on the mound, and he's in for Yamamoto, 1-1 count. And see the pitch, fastball, inner half. He's got a good jump on it, but then he's kind of waiting. He's kind of waiting early on the warning track. For him to make that catch, he's got to sprint, knowing that's going to be a ball that could go over. He's got to sprint and time that jump, right? He's got to sprint, time that jump, like a Ken Griffey Jr., but that takes a lot of time and experience. And like I said, it's about those reads. So, yeah, it goes right over the wall. And he kind of just, I mean, he jumps and he's at his peak of his jump as he's extending. To make a catch like that, you have to see the ball, have a general idea of where it's going to be as it goes over the wall, time your jump right, and then extend towards it. If you're jumping and then looking for the ball and trying to extend on the peak of your jump, you're not going to make that catch. So it is a play. It's tough to see from the main angle how close he was, and it was a tough play. It would have been a fantastic catch, right? It would have been a defensive play of the year, so one of the defensive plays of the year for the Dodgers. And look, if Roki's on the mound, he catches that. I don't know that for sure, but I know that for sure, right? So it was a tough play, but yeah, you guys, it's fun to break down defense, right? Because we make it seem like we could just go out there and do it ourselves. But Roy Estrada in the chat. What about my man Roy Estrada? Appreciate you, my guy. We got Trout injured. I saw Tatis Jr. dealing with an injury as well. Ray Soto Muncy aged horribly in 6 baseball months. Jose Flores felt like the boys in blue were aggressive at the plate and being impatient, which led to a bunch of strikeouts. Yeah, the offense, like it's a travel day. You're going to Atlanta. It's a 10-game road trip. If there's a game and then give Grant Holmes some credit, man. He was out there pitching very, very well. I don't know. Slumping Dodgers have taken the Cubs from mid to mid with hype. We've got Alex Renteria in the chat, prone to thrill. Bilal K. What's up, Bilal K? Bilal K says, I don't think I'm ever going to stop being nervous when fly balls are hit to center field and Pages is patrolling there. He just never looks natural playing the position. I think that's a good way to describe it. Can he play that position, and could you justify it with the way he's hitting right now? Yes, you could, but he does not feel natural, doesn't feel fluid. It's not great at positioning himself and making those reads, but that, to me, is it's you got to give him credit for just embracing a role that, look, if you ask Andy Pages where he wanted to play, I guarantee Andy Pages would say, I want to be a corner outfielder. I want to be in left field. I want to be in right field because I can showcase my arm. I don't have to go as far. I'm used to that as far as reads go. So, look, I mean, he's been a team player because they don't have – and the outfielders they do have that are the everyday players aren't center fielders. We've got Mike Trout. Yeah, man, Mike Trout, man. You poor Mike Trout, man. I mean, this guy's always getting injured. It's rough. He went on the IL. But, hey, they think it's going to be minimal. But, yeah, I mean – this is a guy that, unfortunately, just cannot stay healthy. I think just having Anthony Rendon on that team just kills the vibes. I really do. Anthony Rendon is terrible. We got the Dodgers Blue 73. D-Mac, is it true that Roki is regretting coming over to the Dodgers? Seeing all these injuries, I saw a video about him saying he regrets going to the Dodgers. Where did you see that? That would be major news. can guarantee that's not the truth. From everything I've heard, everything I've seen, Roki is very, very happy. Very, very happy with the Dodgers. We got Benny Jalame. What up, D-Mac? Need this team to stay hot when I go to see them in Phoenix. Let's go, Dodgers. Claudia Levins, Atlanta fans look bored. They were so quiet. Yeah, for sure. What up? Let's go down here. Roki regretting. You kidding me? No, Roki's happy, man. I can tell you when you go out there and, he gets out of the game, he's wearing you see him in the tunnel after you see the tunnel and all the players leave after they get dressed. He's got, the Nike Air Force Ones, the hats. He's smiling and having fun. I actually was talking to Bob Guerin, and Bob Guerin told me he's funny. Like, he's legitimately hilarious. And the Spanish guys love him on the team, too, because he speaks better Spanish than he does English. So I think that he's great. I feel like someone probably got duped by one of those AI videos. You got to watch out for that. Don't get Centelled, right? Don't get MLB faxed. And Mr. Classic points out Roki's happy because of the bidet, for sure. Arthur Henry points out something that's very true. We have 5 months until the postseason. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what this team is built on, for sure. Now, a couple of news updates I want to get into before we head out of here, guys. We're going to be popping post-game shows hopefully every single game. I'm going to try to as many games as possible. We've done almost, so many games this year, but they're going to be, super, some of them quicker, but I'm going to make sure that you guys get a post-game show every single day. I want you guys' voice heard because you guys, hey, this is your show. I'm just hosting it for sure. But, yeah, absolutely. We've got, Dave Roberts said before the game, Blake Snell is expected to begin playing catch next week in Miami, and he's with the team on this trip. And Dave also said that Michael Kopech is facing hitters in Arizona and that he expects him to begin a rehab assignment next week. So two good positive, I'm going to pass out. Two good positive pitching updates. First, it's that Blake Snell is one with the team, and two is going to be playing catch in Miami. So that's definitely positive. And then the other thing is Michael Kopech, who we've talked about extensively, being placed on that 60-day IL. I told you today that he was not going to be ready to come back anyway. So you kind of put him on that 60-day IL, and he'll be ready in another month or so to rejoin this bullpen. And he is, from what I'm told, in a really good spot. And they like the way it looks. They like the bounce back of it right now, too. So I'm encouraged by what I've heard recently on Michael Kopech. And then the other big one, Tommy Edman. So Tommy Edman, Dave Vassay reported before the game that he was going to be out of the lineup. Dave Roberts said yesterday that if it wasn't Friday, it was going to be Saturday, and that on the field today he was testing out the ankle. Tomorrow there is supposed to be rain, so we'll see if they even get the game in anyway. But Tommy Edman did say that he's feeling much better than a couple of days ago when he first aggravated it. This is from Fabian Ardaya of The Athletic. He tweeted, Tommy Edman said his ankle is feeling much better than a couple of days ago when he first aggravated it. Same ankle that gave him trouble last year, but different part of it. Will go through workout today. If all goes well, could be back in there tomorrow. So I like what I'm hearing about Tommy Edman. That definitely is encouraging. And look, the big thing for this team and just big picture, any of your major pieces, you aren't going to be rushing. You're just not. I mean, that's just not going to happen. I mean, it really, really isn't. So, yeah, I like that for sure. We've got Roki is inspiring, man. Finally, some good news. Toilets are a sanctuary for some. Mixed Felix. Yeah, absolutely, man. For sure. For sure. BC, this offense needs Edman. Too many holes otherwise. I think Edman is a spark plug. I mean, he's a catalyst for this offense. He's a switch hitter, provides sneaky power. He's a rally starter. He's clutch. Just got a walk-off this past week. So, yeah, and defensively, he's been sparkling. I mean, diving, sliding catches in center field, great plays at second base. He's been incredible. He really, really has. And I think for him, you want to make a push for the All-Star team. You look at his overall numbers the last couple of weeks, they've slid a little bit. He was hitting 160 in his last 7 games before hitting that walk-off home run. So, yeah, absolutely. You want to see a version of of Tommy Edman that is 100% healthy. So they're not going to risk that. We've got Millie Felixi, Tommy Tanks, Eagles 24 RBIs. Somebody needs to step up. D-Mac needs Roki Toilet and Rike Orts. Look, I can tell you, I've been to Japan and Tokyo. Those toilets are insanely comfortable, man. I could start a new life on one. I mean, for me, it's the heat. I don't know about you guys. It's the worst thing. One thing I like about my grandma's house, she had that padded one. You know, I guess what I'm talking about, that nice padded one. It's like a nice little cushiony one. But, man, in the winter, in Santa Monica, it's all cold. It's not fun. Japan, it is nice and relaxing. You got the heat on there. I did accidentally press the scented something, and something went crazy down there, and I don't know how I feel. That would take some getting used to. But it sounds stupid, but it was a factor, and it was relevant to the Dodgers signing Roki Sasaki. So I love it. I love it. The Padres are punching air. They're punching air because the Dodgers got Roki a toilet, and then the Padres' chances of getting him went down the toilet. And now the Dodgers have potentially one of the best pitchers in baseball on a amateur contract, a minor league deal, and team control for 6 seasons. So yeah, love to hear that. We got Mr. Classic. Costco sold Toto bidets for a while, did they? Interesting. Think about going to Costco again. Got to get my Costco card back. Kind of thinking about it. But yeah, a couple more here, guys. Give me some of your takes. Max Muncy. We're on Max watch for sure. Like I said, tonight he went 0 for 3. You're really hoping that he would build on that. That he would build on that home run that he had in the Marlins game. But look, he hit 188, 74 weighted runs created plus. Not the worst thing in the world. If you look at some of his at-bats tonight, weren't terrible at-bats. Like I said, he fouled one off that was one that looked like it was going to be a home run there in the second inning. He struck out swinging on a slider down and in, and then he grounded into a double play there in the 7th inning. Don't want to see that, but yeah, let's give him a couple of weeks now to see if he can get right. But yep, guys, a couple more, and I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of your Friday night. The Dodgers get the dub. My big takeaways: number one, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He's the best pitcher in baseball right now. The numbers back it up. The production backs it up. My man took a no-hitter into the 6th inning. He took a no-hitter into the 6th inning, and he had no-hit stuff. Lowered that ERA. Like I said, it's a sub-1 ERA now for Yoshinobu Yamamoto. The guy just he's just a great pitcher. It's a great pitcher. I mean, a .90 ERA. A .90 ERA. I think that means someone like myself who was, I was the first show to ever mention the Dodgers even signing a Yoshinobu Yamamoto because of just watching Japanese baseball and just kind of talking to guys like Jose Mota and him speaking so highly of him. I was like, you don't have that many chances to get. A lot of times when you see these pitchers, look, the Dodgers got Blake Snell, and he's 32, right? A lot of these pitchers, the great ones, you get when they're 29, 30, 31, 32, right? Max Fried, Corbin Burns. When they got Trevor Bauer coming up to Cy Young, older, so they got him AAV, high AAV, a shorter-term deal. The great ones usually get when it's either that age or you have to trade a ton to get them, like kind of the Dylan Cease or the Crochet deals, or you can get the special opportunity to get Yamamoto at 25 for $325 million, and the Dodgers did just that. So it's paying dividends, and you got the big money, you spend it the right way, and that's what you do. So, yeah, he was outstanding once again. Really, just he really is in such a groove right now. I mean, he had 17 swinging strikes tonight. 17 swinging strikes. That ties a season high. I mean, this guy is absolutely filthy. And I laugh at all the people that thought that he was going to be a bust after that first start against the Padres. But let me know, do you guys think he'll actually throw that no-hitter this year? It'd be pretty awesome. Jeremy Buckley says Yamamoto is earning those $300+ million bones. Yeah, absolutely. Yoshi's favorite meal is eggs and ham. Is that true? I love fun facts about guys. I love that. Claudia, Yamamoto is the Dodgers' saving grace. Too many Tampa trades. That's from BC. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little worried about Tyler Glass now, man. And I've tried to give this guy the benefit of the doubt. And you hear the reputation that he just can't stay on the mound. And I do believe him. I do believe him that he wants to be on the mound as worse than anyone. He's doing everything he can to get it. But his body just fails him. It really, really does. His body does fail him. And hopefully it's something serious. Tim G, is any of Yamamoto's money deferred? No. In fact, it is not. He got the big signing bonus. He's getting all $325 million in the 12 years of that contract. And they do have a really interesting stipulation where he's got a no trade opt out, and then he has a TJ opt out. There's some workload stuff in there too. Yeah, it's really interesting. For Yamamoto, he can opt out after 2029 or 2031 if he has no Tommy John surgery. That's delayed until 2031 and 2033 if he does have any elbow surgery. So there's a really interesting stipulation on that. I believe he got a $50 million signing bonus, and they paid him $20 million at the beginning and $30 million later. So yeah, Yamamoto is killing it, man. He's got those Birkin bags. He's always I think he's the nicest dressed guy on the team, man. He's always well put together. He's the man. He's got what the kids call the aura. He definitely has it. George says Glass now is a high maintenance like pretty girl. Don't care. 187 says Glass now is soft. Everything gets him flustered. I like, this is a thing, and I appreciate Max Muncy for saying this. Say what you want about Max Muncy, but I appreciated the fact that he said that playing in Los Angeles is a privilege, but it's not easy. And that is certainly a fact. It is not easy to play in Los Angeles, because I guarantee you that maybe the Yankees could have a live stream right now where you have this many fans on a Friday night talking ball after a Braves game in May. There's so much interest in the Dodgers because, look, I'm just going to tell you guys. I mean, the numbers back up. I see data on how fans are interested in particular teams, and you guys are as interested in the Dodgers as pretty much any team is to their team. I mean, it's similar to the big teams in the world, and when that's the case, there's a lot of passionate fans with a lot of opinions and a lot of high expectations that when you don't perform or you do get injured, that's compounded and it multiplies, and it can really, really frustrate guys. So, yeah, I do think there's a little bit of that's getting to Glass now as well. I mean, he even said after the game, he said that he feels like he's disappointing the fans and his teammates and guys like that. So I really, really do hope for his sake that he can find some way, whether it's be something mechanical, something physical, some type of remedy to just make sure that he can stay on the mound and compete, because it's kind of one of those things where he when he's right, he's great. But hey, health is wealth, man. And all the things, glass arm, this and that. I mean, that's got to be bad. You feel for a guy who has a reputation for getting injured, and he has that a part of his name, because I hate the fact that fans get to use that to troll him. I really, really do. Tyler Glasnow is as nice as a guy as it gets, and I wish him success. I don't know what they need to do, but you got to find some way to get him just consistently healthy. I'm gonna have a doctor on the show next week, and we're gonna talk a little bit about that. A little preview there. NS, love to rant for sure. Absolutely. Aaron M. The stadium was pretty much empty at the Pirates versus Padres game. Looked like no more than 300 people. Yeah, Bob Nutting is terrible. I was actually talking to a Pirates insider when they were in town, and he told me that they had a Pirates beat writer that had tried to claim that the Pirates were losing $2.2 million a year. And the Pirates, their version of Spectrum Sportsnet, had that guy on to talk about his report, to try to justify the lack of spending for that organization. And then the rest of the beat writers for the Pirates, they researched his study and proved that it was absolutely bogus. So, yeah, it's ugly, man. The Pirates have great uniforms, great branding, a great stadium, a historic franchise as far as their history and the championships that they've won. Roberto Clemente, and everything they've done there. I mean, look, if they had spent like $30 million this offseason, they could be in a better spot. If they had gotten like Santander or they got Pete Alonso, you could have won that crappy division. So, yeah, Pirates are bad for baseball. The Dodgers are great for baseball in all capital letters. But all right, guys, get some couple hot takes, couple takeaways out here, and then we will. Oh, we got Mixie Felix says ringworm cream. LOL, come on. Some of us haven't ate yet. Yeah. So what happened with Tatis tonight? So Tatis got injured? I heard someone in the chat say that Fernando Tatis got injured tonight. I hope not. I hate that. He exited the game today with an injury. Let's see what the injury was. Here I'll look at, here's a video of it. Oh, he got hit by a pitch. Oh, wow. Up and in on the wrist. Man, and he's been killing it this year. Let's see where he got hit. I need to see a slow-mo. Yeah, hopefully it's precautionary. But, yeah, they've had some injuries that they've dealt with for themselves. But, yep, guys, that is going to do it for the Dodgers Nation postgame show. We'll be back tomorrow, barring any rain. The Dodgers get the dub. I mean, look, let's go on a run. You're seeing a win streak now. They're streaking. The Dodgers are on a nice little run. You're winning with offense, and then tonight you win with a great performance by the best pitcher, Yamamoto, allowing just one hit in 6 scoreless innings. Just incredible. Through 7 starts, Yamamoto has only allowed 4 earned runs on 24 hits and 13 walks in 40 innings. He's given up 5 or fewer hits in each game. I mean, guys just can't touch him. Yamamania is here. The Dodgers are piling up wins. They've now won 6 games in a row and are sitting at 22-10, first place in the National League West. But that's going to do it, guys, for this episode of the Dodgers Nation postgame show. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, join the Discord, and remember, most important thing, I like that. George Yamamoto is my mofo. Most important thing is to remember that nothing brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. Until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
I don't care if I...
Sandy into his windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed a perfect game.
High fly ball.